Good afternoon, Dean Mayon, members of the administration, esteemed faculty and staff, friends, family, and my fellow graduates. I am truly humbled, and it is an honor to be your speaker today at this significant occasion and as we celebrate our accomplishments. 8 years ago, I saw a group of students dressed in their caps and gowns leaving their Rutgers University commencement ceremony. I became teary-eyed. I had a harsh moment of self-realization. I was in my early 20s, a single mother, and I didn't have a higher education. However, I always had a deep yearning to be a college graduate and to proudly wear the traditional regalia. The mere thought of completing a college degree seemed impossible to me. You see, I come from humble beginnings. My parents immigrated to the United States from Afghanistan when I was 4 years old in hope of a better future for myself and my siblings. Coming from a war-torn country, they endured many hardships. My dear father humbly supported us as a driver in New York City. And my sweet mother was the homemaker and the rock of our family. She made sure to make our house a home for us and to nourish us with good values. Growing up, a dream vacation like going to Disney World wasn't an option. Instead, often days my father would come home from a long day of work, my mother she'd have a picnic basket ready, and we'd all go to Kennedy Park in Sayreville. My parents, they'd jog around the lake, my sister and I behind them on our rollerblades, and my little brothers behind us on their bikes. This is a sweet memory I cherish from my childhood. When people immigrate to a different country, they bring their cultural beliefs back with them. Traditional custom of marrying early, and was then blessed with the beautiful son who's here today. I held a deep yearning in my heart to take a hold of my own future and to break traditional barriers. In time, after many difficult inner monologues and a leap of faith, I would become the first in my family to attend college. I learned that I had the power to mold my life to my liking. This began my journey towards becoming a healthcare practitioner. I graduated from Rutgers University, School of Environmental and Biological Sciences, and now completed my post-baccalaureate dietetic internship program certificate here at SHP, and will soon be a registered dietitian nutritionist. It was my goal to change the perception that education, in fact, should be the first priority. I began to dream big, to be a visionary, to have confidence and inspire others, to encourage those who can't even begin to dream of a different future, and who see themselves as unfit to reach for what they desire. I tell them, if others have accomplished it, what makes you any less? You might be missing some puzzle pieces, so take the time and find them. If your situation prevents you from moving forward, and it's worthy, then change your situation. Be true to yourself and make it work for you. Set your eyes on a goal and dream big. Illuminate the individual you are. Believe in unimaginable ways. Be incandescent. Be your own light. Reach for the stars. And if you don't get there, look around. You're likely by the clouds. I know that was cliche, but relevant. So what's the worst that can happen? You won't succeed? What we perceive as failure is not failure. It is in fact what ignites us and propels us to get closer to the zenith of our ambitions. Once you've developed the belief in yourself and acknowledge the importance of taking care of yourself, it is important to uplift others and to motivate them and inspire them. When we practice our good intentions and when we set our minds to reach unbelievable heights, the universe works in its miraculous ways, like a mirage in the desert, quenching our thirst and helping us leave our mark. When we think on a larger scale, we set higher standards for ourselves and those around us. Having hope and exuding positivity is contagious. This sort of attitude has the capacity to reach every corner of the world. However, to increase the power of positivity. We need each other. Because it is our differences and our unique backgrounds and experiences that opens up our minds and broadens our horizons and perspectives. And in order to have that fruitful exposure to each other, we first need to have mutual respect for each other. This will allow us to emulate one another's strengths and increase awareness of our differences. As an example, I stand before you today wearing this hijab, which is something very meaningful to me. I wear it proudly as a symbol of modesty, but not only modesty, but empowerment, because I choose to wear it. However, at times, this has been a burden on my head. Often I notice being looked at differently, and I find myself looking over my shoulder. Am I being judged? Maybe if I take it off, it'll all go away. But that's not going to solve the problem by sweeping it under the rug. It'll just alleviate the symptom. It won't treat the underlying cause. So I choose to keep it on. And with this, I hope I can change the perception of anyone who sees it as oppression. We are all beautifully different. We all have something unique about us that makes us stand out. Our skin color, our physical features, the way we dress, what we believe in, or the accent of our voice. And it's impactful when we unapologetically display what allows us to represent our identity. Because somewhere there's someone out there who is similar to you, who is struggling with their identity. And they may not have a voice, but I do. You do. And we can be that promising voice for them. My fellow classmates, this leads me to how we, as the latest group of graduates from the School of Health Professions, have been provided with the many platforms to embrace diversity through the interprofessional education and practice opportunities. In each of our respective fields of study, we have benefited from an excellent curriculum led by both the academic faculty and our clinical preceptors and our experiences. We come together, all the diverse disciplines, to discuss and plan optimal patient care. We of all people know how impactful it is when we utilize the interdisciplinary approach and set forth our collective expertise. The greater the diversity of the healthcare team, the greater the care of the patients. And while we all hold different titles and represent our different professions, we're still individuals, representing our diverse ethnicities. The patients we care for are also of diverse ethnicities. And when we nourish a greater acknowledgement of what we commonly share, but also the strength of our differences, we come together. This begins when we speak and listen to each other. In addition to this formal training and opportunities that we've had to enhance our openness, and as we leave here today and move on with our lives, I encourage you to look for opportunities where you can start a conversation with someone who looks different than you. Becoming more familiar with different backgrounds allows the clouds of uncertainty to clear. We begin to recognize the challenges that others experience, although they may be different from our own, but now we can empathize with them. We become less defensive and more giving. The more understanding and tolerant we are of each other, the more we come together. This will change minds and spread positive energy and lead to a more tolerant world. And if you hold true to the principles of resilience, the ethics of hard work, and striving towards a more inclusive society, mountains can be moved. I look back to those moments when I decided to stand up for myself, break barriers, and change traditions. In the audience today, my parents said proudly, "Moraha, this is for you." To my younger siblings who look up to me, "Kiddos, this is for you." And to my dear and loving husband, Saad, and my sweet little boy, Muzammil, thank you for being my rocks and for pushing me when I was close to giving up. And to anyone who has ever felt misunderstood because of their situation, who has felt prejudice, who has fallen down but has gotten back up again and continued on, I stand for you. As a symbol of diversity, as a beacon of hope. I also stand before you as a member of the health professions. We, the class of 2018 graduates of the School of Health Professions, are ready to lead the way with tolerance and respect for our disciplines and respect for diversity. Individually and collectively, we can all be a beacon of hope. Congratulations, my fellow graduates. For her dedication and support, and for helping me write this speech. On behalf of the class jury, we are truly appreciative of everything you've done for us, for each of us. Thank you.
Please join me again in thanking Fatima for such a wonderful, wonderful